Welcome. Just going to interview someone, Luis Diaz. Just going to ask him a few questions about his stroke and how he's recovered from it. Hey, brother. Go.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, how you doing?
Good, good.
Hear me
How's
okay?
everything? Yeah, yeah. How'd the die go?
Good, good. I
Uh,
just got done
yeah,
physiotherapy. It's
there
work.
you go.
Not bad.
You know what? I go on Wednesday. I made an appointment for
Oh, yeah?
yeah. They give me my insurance gives me uh rides to the gym now by the beach, so I'll get to walk down to the beach. So that's cool. I didn't
Awesome.
have it before, so that's cool.
What do
Yeah,
they
before.
usually do in physio?
Well, you know what? Usually I do that at home. Uh,
Okay.
they used to come in the beginning and they used to just show me for like a month. Same in the hospital. The last time I was in there, rehab. So whatever they showed me in rehab, and then they would come to my house for a month because that's what my insurance would cover. And that's why I get asked a lot, what do I do for work? Well, my full-time job was learning to walk again and talk again. And yeah, I just ran with it, man. I just, they gave me at the hospital, they gave me a little push, and then my brother took me home. My big brother took me home and his wife and his family. And he used to make me walk all the time. I'm gonna keep going. Uh, that's how I learned a little bit. I started off with the corner, a block, and then I would just say, so 2 blocks, 3 blocks. Then I would get my family worried because I was going too far for them. And so my daughter put an air tag on me, my oldest, so she could track me on her phone.
Yeah.
But now my watch, what this does, it tells me my heart rate, steps, but it has a GPS on it, so it alerts 3 people when I when I go for a walk. It alerts them, it tells them where I'm at. So it shows them where I'm at. If I need help, they'll send me a ride. So yeah,
Good.
by
So I
by
just had a,
sleeping, yeah, go
so I
ahead.
had a couple questions written down that I wanted to ask you here. And how did you originally have the stroke?
Uh, I had the stroke through a brain infection. I didn't have a stroke. I met a lot of people. I met a friend of mine, Kenya, that had one. She said when she was doing a dance class and it happened to her. Mine happened because I had a brain infection. So they call mine a CVA, a cerebral verbal accident or something.
Okay.
Um, I had it because of the brain infection. The brain infection raised my blood pressure and my sugar real high, and then that gave me a stroke. So when I was on life support, they operated on me and put the shunt in, and that's how that happened. I didn't really have the stroke. I just wasn't good and had it. I had it because I had a brain infection. Now that was what they were trying to figure out. What was it? Was it sepsis? I know hydrocephalus was the main culprit. Sepsis, a rare case of I forgot the other one, but
Okay.
they mentioned that one a lot. And one doctor thought I had a bad piece of pork, but that was the that was the culprit. Hydrocephalus was top of the list. So they had to do like a month. When I was at the second hospital, they had to do lots of blood work to figure out what happened. And at the first hospital, they had to do a brain surgery. They had to drill a hole through my skull to put
Mm.
a tube. I can feel the tube. It goes down my throat to my stomach. So they ended up taking that out. That was my second brain surgery. And they wanted to see if I could live without that one. So about 2 weeks go by, nope, I had another stroke. And that took me out, and I woke up in another hospital. And then they kept me there, and then they had this little bag that pumped my water from my brain into the bag. Uh, then eventually, like after a month, they're all, well, this guy needs a VP shirt fully. I need to have it all the time. I know some people, I have a cousin that has one that she doesn't use it anymore, but they didn't want to go in her brain anymore because it was too dangerous, so they just left it in there. So I had to have it done 3 times. They put it in a shunt, they took it out, and then they put it back in. So they had to open my brain 3 times. Yeah.
That's so badass.
That's why I had this big old bump in this hole right here. Huh?
Yeah, are they gonna leave that shunt in there?
Well, right now I need it. Yeah. So if I don't need it, then I'm probably going to leave it in there. But it's only good for about 9 years, 10 years. So this May will be 5 years. So they haven't told me. I'm assuming maybe the 8th year they're going to say, okay, you need a new one. We're going to update it or something. I'm assuming, but so far this May will be 5 years that I had it. So I just have to live with it. You know, it's what keeping me alive. It's what letting me talk to you. Yeah. So
Thank God.
without that, I can't function. I'll pass out. Like last time I passed, I didn't know. I had a dream and I woke up and I couldn't talk. And then they had to stick a little machine in there. Time.
So, like, did you notice after they put a new shunt in you and after you had that brain surgery, was there like a difference? Did it affect you at all?
No. I couldn't move at first. At first, I couldn't move. When I was at the daycare, I couldn't move. My legs, I couldn't move. When I was at the hospital the second time, then I was able later to move my toes a little bit, and I could feel a little bit of my body. They wouldn't cut my toenails though, because my blood sugar was so high. If I was diabetic, they would have I would have kept bleeding. So what I would do is I would just, because it hurts when I went to rehab. So this is already about 3.5 months. Yeah. So 3.5 months, and they hadn't cut my nails yet. So I was getting ingrown toenails, and it was hurting. And then they wanted me to walk. So what I would do is I could lift my foot at this time. So I would put my foot on top of my toe, and I would push down on it, and I would pop the nail out so I could get relief. And I would do the other one. Yeah. And then my big brother, I told him, hey, bro, they allowed me to get some clothes in rehab. I go put a pair of nail clippers in one of the pants or shorts. I don't wear pants. So he stuck a pair of clippers in there. Sure enough, I got them, and I was able to cut them. You know?
That's good.
Yeah, but that's how I learned, man. And in the hospital was the first. I had to do it 7 days a week. There was no Saturdays and Sundays off. I had to do it all day. Saturdays, Monday through Sunday, 7 days a week. The first week, I remember, I think after like the second day, I slept all day. I slept like till 2 o'clock. I woke up and it was 2. And you know what? The rehab, they just let me sleep. You know, don't wake this guy up. I'm assuming they were expecting that. But the next day, get up. I did it twice. And I was so tired because they make you walk. You know, I wasn't used to it anymore. So they had to teach me how to make a sandwich, wash my clothes, the stove, and
Relate.
yeah. You know, it was hard, man. It was hard in rehab, but there was this one doctor, this nurse that would help me, but he wouldn't make me take the long way. He would make me go out that way to another hospital. He would make me go all the way around instead of taking the elevator one floor down. And my room was right there. He would make me walk all the way around. And I was mad. I was all bad this guy. Yeah, but he would
But
make
did
me
you
go
do it though?
around. Huh?
Did you do it though?
Yeah, I did it.
You got to
I
push
did.
yourself.
Yeah, and he would take me back to the room, and I had an alarm on the bed, so I couldn't. I kept trying to escape, realizing at the end I couldn't walk.
I don't blame
Why am I trying to escape? Yeah, but I kept trying to escape, so they put this alarm on my bed, and the nurses. I had a call button, and I would press it, and the nurses they wouldn't show up. So what I would do is I was, oh, okay. I would move and make the alarm go off, and they would run it. And I was, oh, but now I would get, so I used it. I was, okay, now I could see. They're going to run in every time I try to get up. Okay. So I would make the alarm go off, and they would come right in. And then when they were in there, I would say, oh, by the way, can I get this? And they were, okay, because I already had them. They were avoiding my calls, so I would make the alarm go off on purpose.
you. Yeah.
But yeah,
When I was in my hospital bed from my severe traumatic brain injury, like they strapped me down to the bed, because whether you have a stroke or a brain injury, you're confused and you think everybody's attacking you. So you just
yeah.
want to protect yourself.
You
You
know
want to
what?
run away or you want to just fight everybody.
They
So
did that. Uh,
I tried to fight everybody. They strapped me down to the bed.
they did
And
my hands. They did my hands. They put like a straight jacket in my hands at daycare,
but they
at
have
the
to.
co- yeah, at the convalescent home. They strapped me. I don't know what I was doing. I don't remember, but I was doing something they didn't like, so they
I
strapped
don't
my
remember.
hands. But I watched how they were doing it. So when they left, I used my teeth and I took it off and I threw it, and that was it. They were like, "Nah, we're not gonna do it again, man. This guy already knows how to take it off." Yeah, but
You're crafty. The nail clippers.
yeah, I had to, man. I had to
Yeah.
because they wouldn't do it. And I understood after, but I was just in pain. My feet were hurting. Even now, I still have. You can see where the indentations were from the from where the nail popped out. You could see the lump, and so yeah, I was already in pain, so I would just push down on it
Do it.
and pop the nail out, and then I would get instant relief. I was like, okay, cool. And then my brother put a nail clipper in there, and yeah, I just remember I could sit up, so I just dug it out, took it out, because they were making me walk, and they were when I had to get on like the parallel bars, they would make me get on these bars and walk, and I had to use my feet and yeah,
Do you
all kinds of
remember?
stuff. Uh,
Do you remember having to like learn how to use your feet again?
yeah, it was hard. They
I
had
don't
to put
remember that at all.
it.
But
Yeah, it was hard.
you remember.
They had to put me on this machine, like a strap, like you know how you pick up your engine,
Yep.
and I had to walk on those things. And then they used to make me pedal. They used to make me walk over towels, and they used to give me massage my legs all the time. Uh, yeah, I had to do the wheelchair, the walker. Then I had a walker for a while, for a couple of months. I
Mm.
had to use that at PT, at therapy. I had to do that, the walker. They would make me do exercises on my walker, and that's how I learned. So I guess some people sometimes they'll say, "Well, I'm on a walker." You know what? Stand on your walker and work your legs. Do your
Yeah.
legs. That's how I learned. Yeah, that's how I
Yep.
learned.
You have an
And
amazing attitude.
you know what, man? If I don't like being this way, but I have to figure out the best way I could be this way. I mean, if I'm always going to be mad, trust me, I do have my days where I just man,
Oh yeah.
but in the long run, if I don't do it, it's just it's bad. I don't want to like medications. I really don't take medication.
That's
I
amazing.
don't. Yeah, I don't want. I want to be able. I don't want to numb myself. I
Yeah.
know a lot of people need that. That's perfectly fine. But for me, I need to know what I can do without medication. Now, I take a lot of supplements, vitamins, but medication wise, I don't do a lot. They took me off of my seizure medication, my blood pressure medication, my sugar medication, and I was being mean to my kids, man. So I don't want any of it. Even if the doctors tell me, hey, man, you got to take, nope, I'm going to do it. Yeah, and I used to tell my daughters, just read what happened to me, because read about medications with the after effects. Because if I'm being mean, then it's the medication. So after that, I'm good with my kids. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't take all these bags. I had this bag of medications and take this and take that and antidepressants. Yeah, I remember when I got off of them, I was sitting in my room for like on and off for like 2 months. I was just sitting wondering why I was just sleeping so much and sweating. It's because I was detoxing off all that stuff. That I just need to know how bad I am. I'm not going to know if I'm constantly medicated. I'm not going to know how I'm functioning. So I don't want even pain medication. I don't take pain medication. I do smoke cannabis because that's what my doctor wants me to do.
Yeah.
And I don't like it. I hate cannabis, but I use cannabis at night, only at night. I don't do it during the day. I don't want to be zoned out during the day. I do it at night because when I was in the hospital, they had a machine that tracked me 24 hours a day. So I felt comfortable there. But when I got home, I didn't have that machine anymore. Now I was scared. I was scared to go to sleep. I was calling people at 2, 3 in the morning. I was like, God, man, I was scared. So I need that cannabis at least to knock me out at night, sleep better. That's why I do a lot of breathing. And, I just stay quiet with yoga to just slow my mind down a bit. Ezekiel, I text with him all the time of how I sleep, if I sleep good or I don't sleep good. Or he'll tell me, or you'll send me videos too. You and Zeke will send me videos of try this for sleeping or do this for that. And I'll try it. I'll put my headphones on and I'll listen, and that helps.
It does.
It
Yeah. Do you
helps.
practice yoga at all?
I like to just sit still for like 10 minutes,
So you
10,
meditate?
15 minutes. Yeah, I just meditate and just sit and just slow my brain down. My breathing, I practice breathing. I have it all on my watch, and I'll do it. And my breathing, the yoga, I'll meditate, and I'll do the breathing every morning. I'll meditate every morning. If I'm in the sauna, I'll meditate. I like to stay quiet for a little bit, at least 10. I like to read, even sometimes I put my patch, because I do wear an eye patch. Uh, so I don't have to see double. Like right now, I'll see you twice. I don't have the eye patch. So I can see the letters on the book. I'll just put an eye patch on so I could just see the book. Uh, but all that, I have to function. I have to just, if I'm out and about. I even have it's an alert of call 911 that has a GPS into it. Yeah. So
So
I tell my family,
how
oh,
did you how did you find meditation?
I used to watch your
Yeah.
videos, Ezek, and then I was just, let me try it. Just a friend
I
of
mentioned it to
mine,
you a couple of years ago.
yeah,
I know.
a friend Veronique of mine, and she lives in New Zealand. She does a lot of, she works out a lot, and I like that. And then that just got me into, okay, I got to double down on it. And I would just stay quiet. And my son would see me so much doing it that he comes over and he does it now.
Yeah,
And
you
the other day,
sent me that picture.
yeah, the other day I caught him praying. I served him his breakfast and he was praying. He didn't get that from me. He got that from his mom, which I don't mind. I don't care. But I don't pray. But he just sat there and he was grateful for his food. Okay. I got to see him play on Saturday, baseball. That was great. Yeah, they all
Yeah,
went
that's really
for the
fun.
ball. All of them went for the ball. Every single player went for the ball, running crooked, running sideways. It was funny.
Three Stooges.
Yeah, it was funny.
So, like, what was it originally like to experience the stroke? Like, can you remember what you used to be like? You know, what's it been like to experience all of this?
You know what? My friends get me sometimes. They'll tell me, "There you go." My son's mom, because I get along with her still. I get along with her, and we were at a red light one time, and I seen a hamburger place, and it said Cougars, and I said, "Look, they named it after you." And she goes, and I don't ever forget. I said, "There you go." She goes, "There you go. That's you. That's the Chito I know." And and I thought about it. I was like, "Oh man, yeah." Things just pop back into my head once in a while. My short-term memory is really gone. It's I could remember one thing and forget it like that. So I have to
Yeah,
note
me too.
everything down. Yeah, I have to note everything. I have to put timers on. I made a gym of an appointment for Wednesday to get picked up, so I noted it down. I put an alarm down for it, or else I forget.
Yeah, me too.
But things like that lately, I remember things. Uh, I was very outgoing. I worked a lot. I had two jobs. I delivered pizzas from 10 to 5 in the morning. Then I got a job at a golf course from it was at 1 in the morning. It was at 4 in the morning till 1. So what I would do the pizzas to 3 in the morning, and then I would drive over to the other job to 1 in the afternoon, and then I would go home, go to sleep, and do the pizza job again. So I would work a lot. They don't allow me to do that anymore. I can't drive anymore. They took my license away. I'm happy I can still see my son. You know, I see him. I see the kids. I was with my kids this weekend. I saw all of them. But yeah, I used to drive a lot. If I used to just wanted to be by myself, I used to just take off, drive 20 miles, just drive around Hollywood, Sunset. I would go down to my neighborhood and I would listen to oldies music, and then I would just go home. Now I can't see my son. If I could drive, I would go see my son. But unfortunately, at least I get to see him every other week. I get to see him, spend some time with him. So I'm grateful for that. So
Awesome.
yeah, I mean, it's hard. It's a hard way being this way. My brain is constantly like it's in a blender, just spinning, and I have to learn to deal with that. You know, I have to function that way all the time. You know, my best friend, I'm here at his house, and he tells me too sometimes. Like this morning, he was leaving, and he's like, "You want to turn on the heat for you, buddy?" I go, "No." He goes, "Okay, have fun sleeping. I got to go work and make a living." He goes, "Have fun sleeping," and he goes, and it trips me out, man. He actually is very helpful. The other day, I told you, like sometime last year, he was trying to help me cross the street or hold my hand. I mean, I don't want your help. It's all well, fuck you then. Yeah, but me and him could be very like people
Jokingly
could,
competitive.
yeah, yeah. But we understand each other because we grew up. I mean, I know him since I was 4. So I was telling my daughters this the other day, my oldest and my youngest. Hey, Dad, you can't say that. That's not right. I go, yeah, but that's how I communicate with them. And we don't ever take it personally. We don't take it, you know, like he'll call me and say, "Do you miss me yet?" Uh, I'll be like, "No." And he's like, "Well, fuck you then." But then he'll call me and he bought a house. So he's like, "When you come back?" Yeah. But yeah, he's cool, man. Everybody's cool. Because his brother picked me up one time. One of his brothers, and he was all, hey, they were joking. He goes, hey, you still like girls? I go, yeah, man, I still like girls. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. But yeah, it's difficult. My advice is to people who don't know is just read about what happened, about strokes. My sister read my medical records. My medical records are like this big.
Yeah.
My sister went through them, and she was telling my mom, she was, damn, this dude, my brother really, really suffered. And I didn't really know until I looked at the medical records or I talked to my doctors. I actually see the doctor who operated on me,
Okay.
and he loves seeing me. He puts me alive. He records me. He sends makes me alive to the hospital I was at. And he tells people, "Do you remember him? Do you remember him?" Like he's excited that I operated on this guy. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's a hard thing, man. It's hard being this way, but I can make it a lot harder by giving up. A lot harder.
Yeah.
I
That's the
just
right
gotta
attitude.
I just gotta live this way. Period. It's my life, and I just gotta deal with it. If I'm gonna complain about it and bitch about it all the time, I ain't gonna go nowhere. Because I have some friends sometimes that, or I read some comments sometimes with people. I had a stroke 10 months ago. When can I move my arm? I had mine almost 5 years ago. It
Keep
takes
trying.
time, man. Yeah, you just got to keep trying. It takes time. I mean, I can move my upper body, my hand, my affected side really, my legs got the most of it. Uh, my brother used to tell me, if this is you at 70%, he goes, I'll take it. So, yeah, I have,
Well, I'll take
those days, yeah, if I don't sleep good, I don't function good. Like last week when we talked, I didn't sleep that great and I was struggling. I
Yeah.
actually slept great last night, so it makes a big difference. If you sleep good, your quality of life is better. Your days are better. But if you're not sleeping and you're like this, it's bad because your battery will drain out. It will
Totally.
drain.
Even if you don't have a stroke, you know, or
Yeah,
if you don't have
yeah.
a brain injury.
Do- Does yours drain?
Sorry?
Your battery drains?
Oh no, I don't have one of
No.
those.
Yeah, my battery, I could be
Oh,
the other day, last week,
yeah,
last week, I fell asleep. The day we were talking, I was asleep by like 8 o'clock. I laid down, and my friend was like, "You on the bed already?" I said, "Yeah, man, I'm struggling." And I told him, I go, "You see, now you know." The next day, I told him, "Now you know." He goes, "When you call me, uh, and you ask me, hey, you want to roll with me or something?" And I say, "Oh no, I'm all right." It's not because I don't want to go, and he feels that I'm comfortable. It's just really now you know it's because I'm struggling. I don't feel good. So
no, I
it,
struggle with energy
yeah,
too. I thought you said something else, but I everyone struggles with the energy as far as stroke and brain injury
yeah,
goes.
yeah. Your battery could be charged in the morning, and mid-afternoon it goes down. You start, yeah,
Yeah.
it's such a hard thing. The battery life is. I noticed that if you sleep good, the better you can sleep, the better you're gonna feel. The
Hmm.
less you sleep, the more you
Ripple
try to
effect.
do during the day. It's hard. It's hard. Yeah. So you gotta. That's why I like to track my sleep, and I track it all the time, and I monitor it all the time. And some days they tell me poor sleep, fair quality, and it's cool. When I get tired too, I notice I talk different. It's hard to talk. So
I get a lot of slurred
yeah,
words and I can't
yeah,
pronounce words
yeah.
properly.
If I'm tired, I slur a lot.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I could tell talking to you, I slurred a couple of times. But it comes and goes. If I'm really tired, yeah, I notice if I drink. I'm not a big drinker, but if I drink just one beer, I could tell I'm already struggling to talk. So I just really avoid alcohol. Or if I do drink alcohol, it's one beer or one glass of whiskey, no more.
Yeah. You're a lot more sensitive to it now. Me
Yeah,
too. The brain, when it becomes a lot more sensitive.
yeah, it becomes really sensitive. Right? Noise too. I don't like being around a lot of people.
Mm.
Open spaces is it's okay. Uh, but if I'm in a room with a lot of people, yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. My son's mom, a couple of years ago, she invited me to, I think it was Easter. She was, you want to come? I was like, I said no. I said no, I'm okay. And I could tell she's like, well, I invited him to go places, but I seen her pictures, and she was at a friend's house. Man, there was tons of people there. I was like, man, I'm glad I didn't go because I wouldn't have been able to do it. I couldn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have been there very uncomfortable, and or pretending I was having a good time. When
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like doing that.
Does she know that? Your wife know that?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's good. Is
she
she
knows. I tell her because my son knows how to use it. So I tell her,
mm,
B, just don't freak out. If something happens, just press the button. But we get along good. I've known her since like 2012 on and off. So I get along with her good. Even though we're not together, I get along with her real good. We might argue here and there, but in the long run, I get along with her good.
that's good. So
You know,
I had one more question for you, Lewis.
go for it.
What motivates you or pushes you to work on yourself so much?
Just to function properly is the best that I can. I don't like asking for help. I don't like it.
Mm,
I don't like asking people for help. Even my mom, my mom's my full-time caregiver. And I want to be around for them, my kids, and so it motivates me to try at least myself. You know, I noticed my mom that when she takes her to the supermarket and she sees what I buy, she doesn't say nothing. So I stay in the garage. So there's an extra refrigerator in there for stuff in the house. So she'll open the refrigerator and see, okay, this guy, I don't, do a lot of sugar. I have these drinks
mm,
that have no sugar. So she'll look and say, okay, he needs some drinks. And she'll go by herself and she'll, okay, what is he drinking? She'll come home with a bunch of drinks. I don't tell her because she knows I'm not going to tell her. Yeah. So it's just that motivates me a lot to try at least here. My mom's like, she's happy that I'm here. Get out of the house because
mm.
when I'm at home, I walk, but I gotta do it early in the morning because the afternoon times it's really not that safe to be around there. Around here is different. So she's like, "Oh, go for it. Have get out of the house." Now that the insurance uh, covers my rides, I get to go to the gym. So that will motivate me even more. Even if I take off, man, I'll take off and I'll get people mad, upset my kids. But I have to try at least. I have to try. And that motivates me a lot. Just trying, even if I get tired, I learn to just sit down. Just sit. If I'm struggling, just sit down 15, 10 minutes and just keep pushing. Just keep going. And that motivates me a lot. I notice I track everything down. So I know if I go to this house, if I get to this house, it's a mile. If I get to the next spot, it's another mile. So I track everything down. I notice that I have to walk this way to hit a mile. I have to walk back home to another mile. So I'll track everything. Everything has to be tracked for me. I notice that if I get here, it's a mile, 2 miles. Uh,
Good.
that motivates me a lot. Just that the kids motivate my son. He motivates me a lot because he wants to play, and so I got to be on top of my toes to play with him.
Yeah.
Because I
I
don't
felt
want to. I don't want to be. Hey, I can't play with you. Just leave your pad there. We're gonna go outside. We're gonna get dirty, and I'll play even though I'm struggling. I'll play with them. So that motivates me. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's awesome. You got a lot of good reasons.
yeah, man. I'm happy I could do because I couldn't. So I tell. I noticed that a lot of my friends, a couple of my friends, are struggling now with their stroke. So they see what I'm doing and they get motivated, and you could do it. It could be done. It takes time. It ain't gonna happen overnight. You know, it ain't gonna happen. I don't know how severe your stroke is. You know, mine was to the point where I couldn't walk. I couldn't move my lower body, and I just had to work at it. You know, I had to learn how to walk again. I did get movement back in my feet, but it was coming back at its own pace. So I had to learn to do everything again, and walk again. But like I said, the walker, I would do a lot of foot exercises with my walker, and then walking on it also until I used the cane. I didn't really like the cane that much because, you know, the cane's really meant for you to lean on it on your
Yeah.
good side. It's made to take the weight off your bad side. So the problem with that is that it you're putting all the weight on your good leg, and I'm a big guy, dude. I weigh 200 plus pounds. I'm putting all that weight on my good leg, so now I have two flat tires. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I don't want that. So I use a walking stick now. So I use my upper body. I use a hiking sticks. Yeah, I don't want to lean on the cane anymore because I was putting all the weight on my good leg, and it was affecting. And I was hurting it. I heard it one day. And I was like, man, I thought I could walk miles, and I heard it, and that's why I use a tendon machines on my legs. I shock my legs, yeah, or I use a massage gun, huh?
You use a
Yeah,
TEMS machine?
yeah. I
That's
use a tendon or cups, yeah. I'll shock my legs, my good legs, and my back. I give my good leg just the same love I give my bad leg. So if I use a massage gun on my bad leg, I also use it on my good leg
yeah.
because that's what's doing the majority of the work.
Yeah.
So a lot you gotta people gotta remember, you know, give love to your good leg. Just don't give love to your bad leg. Your good leg needs it too. Yeah, it needs it. It needs it.
Well, Luis,
So
I think I'm gonna let you go, but was there anything else that you wanted to just share?
no, just that, you know, everybody just keep pushing. It's a struggle. Just keep pushing. Just, you know, you got to figure out what's going to work for you. And
I think that's the biggest thing.
you know what? The hacky sack.
No,
I bought a hacky
I think
sack.
I think that's the biggest things, finding
Yeah.
what works for you.
Uh, I've been using a hacky sack, so I kick it with my feet because I'm off balance.
Remember
So
to
yeah.
help
So I
bring your
forgot to
leg.
bring it. Yeah, it helps. It helps. Skateboard, I don't do it no more. I have a longboard, but I haven't used it. But it's going to require me to push off with my bad leg, so I don't use the skateboard anymore. The bike, I haven't used the bike yet, but
One day you'll be back on it.
one day, you know, it's just
Have
a
faith.
daily thing, man. You just got to keep doing it. You just got to keep pushing. And I appreciate you, everything you do with the, you know, you send me texts and try this, see if it works for you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You know, I follow all your
I
stuff
admire
and your moves.
you a lot.
Yeah, thank you a lot. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Well, I'm sure we'll have another interview, but
All right,
I'll
buddy.
let you go,
All
brother.
right.
Thank you for talking. Have a good
You
day.